Hey everybody, Andrew here. Nice to see you guys again. Today I'd like to talk to you guys about credit score, okay? I always like to check my credit score, sometimes maybe a little bit too much, and it's always fun to know different ways to increase your credit score. So I'm just going to go over the ranges very briefly, go over a couple of the factors, and then also tell you one of the tips that I use here at the end of the video, how I actually use to quickly boost the credit score. So some of these ranges are a little bit of a gray area. It's not necessarily cut and dry. It's different, from lender to lender or different places offering you credit. So in general, 300 to 629 is not good. So if your credit score is below 600, there's still definitely hope, especially once you correct any errors, start making better habits, actually let some time pass, because the worst thing on your credit score will probably only stay there like 6 or 7 years. So once that falls off, your credit score can really increase quite a bit. Your credit is fair if it's 630 to 689. Again, these are somewhat arbitrary, but the closer you get to 700, the better. You really want to try to shoot for that to get approved. Most places, I know some places need you to be at least 600 or 660 to get approved for, let's say, an apartment or different credit opportunities, that type of thing. And then, so once you get into the 700s, so 690 to 719, that will be good. Okay. Some places it's once you hit 720 or 770, you get the best rates. Everything else is gravy. So no splitting hairs once you're between 780, 790, 820, that type of thing. Even though I like to nitpick a little bit there too. So 720 to 850, you're definitely hitting the excellent credit score category. Sometimes they say above 800 is excellent. So again, the minimums, you want to try to be above 600 if you want to get approved most places, and good rates. Try to get into the 700s. You can check that by actually going to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion to actually find your credit. Not the score, but the reports, to see if there's any errors on there. You reverse those, and then that can help if there are negative errors on there. And you can go to Credit Karma, Mint, I think some people use. Most credit cards right now will actually give you something that actually shows you what your credit score or FICO score, so kind of a blended range, so you know somewhat how you're doing, even though it might not be exactly from a hard pull. So some of the factors that go into this would be the types of credit. So let's say you have 20 credit cards at every store you go to, and that's it, versus having a student loan, a car loan, a home loan, and a couple credit cards. That actually would give you better credit score than only having one type of credit. Now, again, I'm not advertising or advocating that you guys just go get as much credit as you can. I don't think that's good at all. I'm just saying if you vary the type of credit that you have, that actually can help the credit score go up. The next would be the age of credit. Let's say you have a credit card from 10 years ago, and then you just got a car loan last month. Okay, they would take the average, that starts to blend the ages there. Okay, so if you close the super old credit card, well, now you have a less age of your average credit line, and that would negatively affect your credit score. Inquiries, if you're going around every couple months trying to see what new credit you can, those hard pulls can actually negatively affect your credit. I'll touch on utilization in a minute, and then making on-time payments, and then just not having any negative things on there. So collections, late payments, that type of thing can all negatively affect the credit score. So utilization, I'm just going to tell you guys a little tip that I like to use. So let's say that you have a credit card, or that I have a credit card that has a maximum limit of $2,000. Okay, the maximum that you can put on here, sorry, it's not coming through too well. The maximum you could put on there is $2,000. I go out, I put $2,000 on there, I max out the credit card. I think most of us know maxing out credit cards really hurts the credit score. So let's say I don't put $2,000 on there. I don't use 90 to 100% of the credit, but I go stay at a hotel, I go on a flight or something like that. So I put $500. Okay, I put $500 on my $2,000 credit card. Simple math will tell you that's 25%. credit utilization. That's not bad. Now, one thing I like to do is I actually had the money before I spent it, and I just wanted the reward points, and also the credit card protections as far as like, if something were to happen and I could, dispute something like that, I will pay it off right when I get back. Okay. Again, I'm not worried about maximizing every possible reward point. I'm actually trying to boost my or lower my credit utilization. So what I'll do is I'll quick pay $400 off as soon as I get back. So now I only have $100 on that $2,000 credit card. Well, now that's 5%. 5% credit utilization when the statement comes out is going to be a lot better than 25%. The lower you go, the better as far as using lines of credit but not maxing them out, that type of thing. So another way besides paying it off that you can actually juice your credit score is, let's say I call the bank and I've or this line of credit, hey, I know I got this credit card for $2,000 is the maximum I have on there. Well, that was a number of years ago. I've made a bunch of on-time payments. My income has gone up since I got that card. Would I be able to raise that credit limit? I'm not going to necessarily put more on it. I just would like that available balance higher. And they'll say, well, sure, how high would you like it? How about 20,000? They'll usually not give you whatever the heck you want. But they'll come back with an offer and they'll say, well, without doing any hard pulls, without doing any hard inquiries, that type of thing, because you're saying you make this much and we can verify that or whatever, then we'll give you $10,000 credit limit. Cool. Well, let's see what that does. So now the credit limit is $10,000. I go on the same vacation and I put $500 on there. Okay, well now, you see what I'm doing here? $500 is now only 5% of the 10,000. So now, without even paying off the 400, I'm utilizing less credit, and then I pay the $400 on it, and or pay it off completely. Whatever, my credit utilization percentage is going to be super, super low compared to my available credit, and then actually that will boost the credit score within a week or two. So and I mean sometimes that can actually fluctuate 10, 20 or more points based on maxing it out versus paying it almost completely off. So the credit utilization is definitely my tip here for you today. So I would like it if you guys would go ahead and comment below your different tips and techniques for having a good credit score and repairing it. Have a good day.